Oh, we know what is. We all know what is. Yeah, boss, get yourself, buddy. Get yourself. The double standard in this country stinks. We all see what's going on. We all see the demons for who the demons are. We see them for what they are and what they're perpetrating towards people, bro. Right now, if I was to call my brothers and sisters, hey, we got to protest tomorrow, I can't do that, you know why? We got to get permission from the police to go out in the street. And who you think the police got to get permission from? Eh? The minister. You think she's going to give us permission for go out in the street and walk and have a peaceful protest? No, they're not going to do that. But under the Granger administration government, right? And the Granger administration, right? They was able to protest. They protest so many times. They protest against the parking meter and all these other things, and no police didn't get involved. Nobody didn't come out with guns. Nobody didn't come and stop them from protesting. Nobody had to get permission because it was our democratic right. And this government, you can't protest because guess what? You got to go and get permission. They pass it as a law that without permission, you can't protest. Alright, good day to one and all my Guyanese brothers and sisters here and in the diaspora. Right? Let me address this thing here so quick because a lot of people ask me a lot of questions, sending a lot of messages to me. Right? I'm no liar. I got a little knowledge about the law. I got a little knowledge about a little everything. Right? Let me put this out there. First and foremost, right? Let me answer you guys about Mr. Mohammed and the government bringing her back. Paper shots, murder. Right? So to speak. Let me say this here, so. Right? The police, not the government, so to speak. The police bringing up back this case or reopening this case. We all know who's behind it. And for me personally, I believe the government is witch hunting. I believe they're witch hunting because we had some of the top brass of our police force, Guyana police force, that come out and said this man, which is Mr. Mohammed, had nothing to do with this murder. He had nothing. Right? They put out a disclaimer more or less this man had nothing to do with this murder. So now for see that 5 years after this case bringing her back now, for me it's witch hunting because if they had concrete evidence in the first place, right, he would not have been out here. Secondly, if they had newfound evidence, trust me, with the way how we see that our AG love the media, they don't come and put out they got strong evidence to implicate this man with this crime. Right? They would have put out they had strong evidence to implicate him with the crime. Right? So I believe personally is a witch hunt because they're vexed because he exposed the farm. Right? Now the farm, nobody getting over the farm. And nobody not going to get over the farm easily. Right? We know Guyanese got selective memory, but I don't think they're going to get over this farm easy. Because they're really getting for the government for what they are. Right? Anyhow, with that said and done, let me say this here, sir. Right? Is it sad that what happened to paper shots? Right? Is it sad? Yeah, you could say that in a kind of way. Because the truth of the matter, why I use the word in a kind of way, this man live his life, right? Y'all forget who's this man boss, who this man associate with it, who this man run with. These people make Guyanese people hold their head and ball. Make enough parents in this country, must enough mother hold the belly and ball, enough father moan the children body. Wham, you got selective memory? These people make people hold the belly and ball in this country when they had the spree going on because it's been alleged they had immunity. They had immunity from the government, bro, for doing what they was doing. I could recall 3 times in this country history that we literally, as Guyanese, were afraid. And especially when you have my skin complexion, I don't want to go down this road and talk about skin complexion, but let me call a spade for what it is, bro. You know, black people cry for the children and the death squad, and that was on the who government again. That was on the who's government again. God was running it, and the who government again. Eh? We're afraid of them, they doing what they want, and the who's government. Eh? Then come forward now. We had the same one that get all up in the States, do it time and come home back. And the who's government, and the who's authority. They was terrorizing Guyanese people, bro. Right? So I'm sorry if I come across a little cold that it's a sad that I lost a life, but I really got among the remarks because guess what? They make people hold the belly and ball by. They make a lot of people hold the belly and ball in this country for the children body. So I don't have no really remarks of people that live the life of kind of how. I'm sorry. They make a lot of innocent people cry body. Because guess why? They tell us that the authority, that the backings of people in authority for do what they want in this country. Y'all don't run away and play like y'all forgetting all these things and trying not for cause. But the Bible says, if a man live by the sword, he shall die by the sword. I hold many guns in foreign, but I never shoot one. I never yet shoot one. Because you know why I know? It's not what is come out of a gun. It's not flour. The thing that is come out of a gun could take people's life. So I don't play with guns. Never shoot one. Hold many and never shoot one. And this by choice. I had many times to boss it, but I choose by choice not to. Yeah, I'm telling you? So don't really pretend like thing, yeah, it's sad that I'm tea, but you know what? If we really want to solve murders, let me start by Kwame Ring. What happened? Who killed Kwame Ring? Nobody asking them question. They're going to come and they're going to just die down like it never happened. We never can get answers to that. Who killed Kwame Ring? We want to solve murders? Okay, let me go again. We all know Adriana Young was never in that pool. We all know Adriana Young was never in that pool over the river. She was placed, her body was placed in that pool. I'm not going to use alleged with that. Her body was placed in that pool. Because we all saw the video, right? And the clearest video for me, clearest footage of that video for me is when critics walk around that pool. I show you that that body was never in that pool. Yeah, I'm telling you? That child body was never in that pool. Let's solve them murders. Let's solve them murders. Those are murders that were sorry. Adriana never do nothing to nobody. That was a child, an innocent child. That lost her life. Kwame, right? Kwame Ring, he never done nothing to nobody. All he did was standing up for his rights, his people rights, so to speak, like me. Speaking out against injustice. But his life was taken. His life was taken just to having an opinion, to having a vice. Talking against certain people's interests that take his life. Those are serious issues. Not a man that live his life by the gun. Now he die by the gun. You play your ass solve his murder. Look how much of the murders in this country we got that deserve solving that we ain't getting solved. But they want to solve this one? What is so special about this one and get priority over all the others? Oh, we know what is. We all know what is. Yeah, boss, catch yourself, buddy. Catch yourself. The double standard in this country stinks. We all see what Guyana. We all see the demons for who the demons are. We see them for what they are and what they're perpetrating towards people, bro. Right now, if I was to call my brothers and sisters, hey, we got to protest tomorrow, I can't do that. You know why? We got to get permission from the police to go out in the street. And who do you think the police got to get permission from? Eh? The minister. You think she's going to give us permission for go out in the street and walk and have a peaceful protest? No, they're not going to do that. But under the Granger administration government, right? And the Granger administration, right? They was able to protest. They protest so many times. They protest against the parking meter and all these other things, and no police didn't get involved. Nobody didn't come out with guns. Nobody didn't come and stop them from protesting. Nobody had to get permission. Because it was our democratic right. And this government, you can't protest. Because guess what? You got to go and get permission. They pass it as a law that without permission, you can't protest. And you make them make sense. We running on their dictatorship and all y'all sit down and seen it alone. Because you know why? Some of y'all is benefiting because you know what you're saying? It's my government. It's my government. So they could do what they want. But I hope when the shoes go up on the other feet and other people doing the same, y'all don't come out and cry wolf for foul, you know. Because me, y'all got a big problem. Y'all a bunch of hypocrites. Y'all a bunch of hypocrites. Let me call it for his. Y'all serve Adriana Young murder. We find who killed Kwame Ring. We had a whole man come out and give a confession, a live confession, right on a tape that released to the world, implicating certain individuals, senior individuals, right? And where they used to go up in the very police force and all these things. The tape is out there on the internet. I don't have to call name, and nothing ever will come out of that case. Nothing. Nobody look into it, nothing, because guess why? It implicates members of the government again. It implicates members of the government again. Y'all see the hypocrisy? And all y'all sit down here, so. And watch this again, and never, no matter how I got fight.